I said, if this is not Song of the Year, I'm going to sell Kevin. Bye, sweetie! September wasn't it. Cue the rumors of me secretly being a parrot in a meat suit using Kpop to spread bird propaganda. Hi, welcome. My name is Angelina and this is my monthly K-pop reviews for comebacks and debuts for September. Basically the best and worst songs according to my very special tier ranking system. And these videos are so exciting to film because you guys literally tell me that you wait all month for this video and it honestly melts my heart. I'm just like, oh, you waited for me? And it makes it just so exciting for me. These honestly take me like a full 2 days to edit because they are really long and iMovie can't handle that much. But it's worth it! So yes, today we are going to be tier ranking K-pop songs that were released in the month of September. And we're going to be doing it with my super special tier ranking system. So if you're new here, I'm going to explain it. Otherwise, I've separated this video into super fancy segments so you can scroll along the time bar and pick wherever you want to start. So at the top of the list, we have Song of the Year. So this is obviously a song that has touched my heart so much that I downloaded it on my Spotify. Why is that important? Because I tend to be super picky with songs I download. And overall, a song really has to be amazing for me to think like, oh, I want to listen to that every single day, 5 times a day, because I don't listen to that many songs. And then the tier below that is Cup of Milk category, which is still Song of the Year potential. I would consider this also Song of the Week. The only difference is that it doesn't have so much longevity, hence Cup of Milk. It you know what I mean. Basically songs that I downloaded onto my playlist, but they just didn't really last that long. Then we have second gen vibes as a category. We still love these songs. They're still amazing songs, but they just miss something to be on Song of the Year or Song of the Week. And then we have everybody's favorite category, which is YG's Dungeon. This category is a little bit complicated. I feel like it has a lot of duality. These can be songs that needed to simmer a little more, songs that maybe I would have changed a few things about, or songs that I simply didn't give the light of day to, songs that deserved more attention, but you know what happens in YG's Dungeon. Or maybe you don't. Not all of us are so lucky. And then lastly, we have Not My Cup of Tea category, which are just songs that I didn't personally vibe with. And I need to leave a little bit of a disclaimer because September wasn't it. Therefore, there are a little bit more songs than usual in the Not My Cup of Tea category. And last time I put some songs in Not My Cup of Tea category, some fandoms got a little bit upset. And I just need to say, it doesn't mean that it's a bad song. It just means I don't personally vibe with it. So like for Dum Dee Dum Dee last month, I put it in Not My Cup of Tea category because it wasn't my cup of tea. And people were saying like, just say you hate G-Idol and leave. Oh my god, you always rank G-Idol and Not My Cup of Tea. Do you even like them? You're literally just using them for clout. And it's like, first of all, that was the second review video I had ever made ever. And it was the first time G-Idol ever appeared in one. So, I don't know what you're talking about. I need you guys to know that I don't go into any of this bias. Like, I will 100% put my faves in Not My Cup of Tea. I don't even care. I put Ice Cream in YG's Dungeon. Maybe I'm a little bit biased, but like, you know, I'm not gonna say that I like something when I don't. So just a little disclaimer, my opinion is really not that significant. With that disclaimer out of the way, let's get started. Actually, I'm going to stop you right there to remind you to subscribe to this channel, like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have so that my channel won't die as fast. So the first 2 songs we're going to rank are Tiger Inside and One Monster and Infinity. So I would have to put these in second gen vibes category, and here's why. Tiger Inside, in my opinion, is a mix of like EXO growl and a mix of Overdose as well. So we're kind of getting these older EXO vibes, definitely like 2012 EXO vibes, in my opinion. And I know I stand EXO in 2012, but I don't fully remember it. But when I look back on old devices, it's just filled with pictures of Chris. So like, I mean, there's that. And SuperM previously, I feel like they were making songs for a quote unquote international audience. Like Jopping was just... But this is a K-pop song. This is a second gen K-pop song. It has those old school vibes. Let me know if you agree in the comments below. As for One Monster and Infinity, we still have those second gen vibes, but I feel like it's less exocentric. And I know that I say all SM songs sound the same, but I feel like it has like that SM sound specifically. It's a more general SM sound rather than a specifically EXO sound, if that makes sense. But I don't know, I just haven't really vibed with that SM sound since Jessica left or since my 3 biases in EXO left. Yeah. Chris, Luhan, and Tao, and now I'm sad. So yeah, I would put both of these songs in the second gen vibes category. Now we're going to talk about CLC, and I feel like I'm going to get canceled because Cube fans are hardcore, they're very loyal, and they like to call me fat, so I've prepared myself. I've already received many slightly aggressive comments being a little bit angry that I didn't review this song, and I have to be so honest with you guys. At first listen, this was not my cup of tea. I know. I feel really bad because TLC had not had a comeback for a while. People were hyping this up so much. And again, it's not that it's a bad song. There's a lot that I love about the song, actually. I think the verses are very beautiful. And I think the concept is stunning. Like, from the teaser pictures alone, I was so excited for this. I was like, this is going to be everything. And it definitely gives me a mix of like Girls' Generation Genie mixed with the Boyz vibes. So in that sense, it's like a mix of not my cup of tea and second gen vibes. So to meet in the middle, we're going to put this in YG's Dungeon. And here's why. I would definitely change a few things about the song, notably the chorus. I felt like had the chorus been slightly different, the song would have been more cohesive and it would have made more sense to me and might have made it onto my playlist in that sense. I feel like the lyrics were a little bit basic, like I go up, helicopter, which is fine, but I also just didn't vibe with the sound of it. But the verses and everything, I loved all of that. Now we're going to rank Wonho's Open Mind. Now, I know a lot of people were rooting for this as well. And I'm a little bit conflicted because on one hand, like, it does give me second gen vibes, and on the other hand, it's not really a song that I would reach for personally. So I think just like CLC, we'll meet in the middle. We'll put it in YG's Dungeon. I'm so sorry. But it definitely gave me Rain love song vibes. I mean, if he had long bottom lashes, I would think it's almost like a stylistic ode to that, especially with the type of styling. But I'm going to keep the skin showing to a minimum to avoid getting demonetized. But you get the point. They had similar kind of cropped tops. Okay, now let's talk about our favorite boys, Ace. A lot of people have been requesting this nonstop. They're like, please don't forget about Ace. You never talk about Ace. Here's the thing. I stan Ace by proxy. That sounds like a disease. But my best friend loves Ace. Do you ever support a group because your friend stans them, but you yourself don't officially stan them? Anyways, this is gonna go in the second gen vibes category because I have so much to say about this. I have so much to say. If you're a choice, is that... I don't remember the fandom name. I'm gonna look like an idiot if it's not choice. I would definitely say that this comeback has the best styling of the year. You know, we had Everglow's Blue Velvet. That was beautiful, but that was just one stage. This is just wholeheartedly all of the styling, the makeup, the contacts, the clothing, everything was just so spot on, was so perfect, was so beautiful. And that is what stood out to me the most. You know, we have these modernized hanboks, we have crop tops, and again, like the makeup. I love when boy groups make use of makeup. I think it's something they're seemingly straying away from more and more as we get closer to, you know, third, fourth gen. It's such a second gen thing. You could find so much eyeliner, so much eye makeup in second gen boy groups, and it's just not so much anymore, and it really breaks my heart. I think that's why I don't stan as many boy groups. You know, when I stand ATEEZ, it was because of Jungkook's crunchy face, but also because of the eyeliner. But I digress. There's also a part in the song where he goes, "Turn me up so they can hear me," and I was just like, that gives me CL vibes. Now I'm sad. The pre-chorus especially hits so different. The only thing that kind of throws me off is the chanting chorus. That's kind of the one element that didn't quite make it onto the playlist. But other than that, there's just so much praise to be made towards this. Okay, so now we are going to move on to Stray Kids. So I said in the past that I really wanted to keep up with Stray Kids, and you guys held me to that. They came out with a song called Backdoor, and I'm gonna be honest, at first I was like, this is not my cup of tea. This is why I feel like I'm gonna get canceled. There's literally, at this point, nothing has made it to Saudi up until this point, and it's concerning to me. So the beginning of the song, I'm like, this is really not my cup of tea, but then that chorus, that beat drop came, and I was like, oh, okay, this is intriguing.
Hey, come say now.
I have to admit, I'm really interested in Stray Kids. I really loved God's Menu. I know I put it in second gen vibes category, but if I could go back, I would definitely put it to Song of the Year. One of my favorite songs of the year as of now. I changed my mind. I love that song. It's amazing. But I don't understand why it's cooking like a chef I'm a 5-star Michelin and not looking like a chef I'm a 5-star Michelin. It doesn't make sense to me, but it's fine. As for the choreography, they have a really cool move where they pick up one member to kind of touch their fingers, and it's supposed to kind of resemble the Sistine Chapel. And I think that is so cool. I think it looks really nice in the choreography and in pictures as well. So that's thumbs up for that. I think that's really innovative. I have to say, Hyunjin's long hair, I love long hair. So for me, I was like, okay, I'm really interested in this. It sounds dumb, but I'm really excited for this because of his hair. Anyways, moving on. So I'm gonna have to put this song in YG's Dungeon because, like I said, the verses I didn't really vibe with, but the chorus was so amazing. So I feel like if there was a little bit of tweaking to the sound, I would appreciate it a little bit more. Maybe it needs a little bit more time to simmer. And we spoke about supporting groups by proxy. I'm a 17 stan by proxy. My friend Marin loves 17. So I asked her, I was like, do you find that the verses seem a little bit 17-like in nature, except for the chorus? The chorus seems a little bit, I don't know how to describe that. And she kind of agreed with me, so I think I'm getting to know 17 kind of somewhat. For all of you who were angry that I left and right out of my first review, I will include them next time, I promise! But yeah, other than that, the thumbnail is terrible. I don't know why JYP does that sometimes. Even Cube sometimes has really terrible thumbnails. Someone hire me to make their thumbnails because some of these are so questionable. And it's like, did you try? I don't think you did, but it's fine. Another song that was really highly requested is The Boyz with The Stealer. So this is a little bit tricky because I think it could almost potentially make it onto my playlist, but it hasn't quite. But I think maybe after this, because I keep wanting to go back to it. So maybe in the future it will make Song of the Year. But for now, it's in second gen vibes. Again, all of these are not final rankings. We will rank every single comeback from January to December. At the end of the year, it'll be like a 2-hour video. I don't even care. I hope you guys are excited. But back to the Boyz. So they kind of caught my attention for Road to Kingdom. I didn't watch Road to Kingdom, but I did see the first performances. I was actually going to rank the performances and I didn't end up doing that. But number one would have been the Boyz performance, and here's why. Blue Velvet. No, but the Blue Velvet was stunning, but it was the choreography that really drew me into the group because they were just flying into the air, and I feel like there's a lot of those elements still within The Stealer. But from what I've seen with this song and their Road to Kingdom performances, I think they're a group whose choreography I could appreciate so much. I feel like they make great use of each other, so their choreographies are just really interactive, kind of jumping on one person to kind of push yourself off the next. Anyways, it's amazing. I love the choreography. But in terms of the song being catchy and making it onto my playlist, there's just something missing from the chorus. It needs that little extra something to make it Song of the Year, but otherwise I think it sounds really nice as well, rhyming Stealer with Trigger. I think they did that in a really nice way, and that's my favorite part of the song actually. But yeah, second gen vibes, but I do think it has the potential to move its way up. And after this song, I'm really excited to actually also pay attention to what they come out with next. Let's move on to Cignature. Arisong, I had a lot of high hopes for. What I do like about this song is the pre-chorus. I thought that was really cute. However, there is something about the chorus itself that I just really couldn't vibe with, to be honest. right off the bat, it's a cute concept. And I appreciate that. I appreciate a good, cute concept, even if it's a school theme. But for this song in particular, it has to go in Not My Cup of Tea because it's just, the chorus in particular is just a mashup of sounds that are not very pleasing to listen to. It just felt like a little bit of a mess. And on top of that, like the instrumental in the background was just, it was a lot. It was just a lot. And so for me, I would have to put this in Not My Cup of Tea. This is a solo debut that I'm really conflicted on, and it is YooA's Bon Voyage. Cute people in the comments who are like, you're pronouncing it wrong. Let me live in peace in my shitty dialect. But I digress. This comeback was plagued with accusations of cultural appropriation. So, of course, there are some people who were offended and some people who were not offended. But either way, those feelings are still valid. So in light of that, I would definitely put this in YG's Dungeon because I feel like it needed a little bit more planification. Is that a word? It needed more planning. It needed more research. It needed more preparation, right? There's a lot of things that could have been changed, that could have been done before it was released to make it not offensive to people. And you know what? It did sound very lovely. And for the performances, it seems she omitted most of, you know, what people were saying were the offensive elements. And honestly, looking at the fairy theme alone, I think it's really cute, magical, and even really whimsical. But in light of this, I definitely want to highlight some Indigenous businesses that you should be supporting. I'm going to leave a list of businesses, some accounts to follow, my favorite beadwork artists. So I'm going to leave some links below. Go follow them. I'm so sorry, Lovelyz. So it's nothing against the groups as always. I just feel really bad putting so many songs in Not My Cup of Tea category, but there's just something about this song. It sounds, the instrumental to me, like it started playing and then like 0.5 seconds afterwards the song started playing again, and it's like these two versions simultaneously being played at the same time. So to me it sounded a little bit messy, a little bit too much. I do have to say though, the opening choreography for this song is actually really nice. It's just not personally a song that I would vibe with. But if you're a stan, I'd love to know your favorite songs from them and which songs you would recommend to me or you think that I would like, and I will definitely give them a listen. Moving on to Everglow's La Di Da, not to be mistaken with Cross Jean's 2012 smash hit La Di Da Di. So when Everglow released their teasers, I said if this is not Song of the Year, I'm going to sell Kevin. Bye, sweetie! Kevin and I will officially part ways once he has done his promotions for When We Disco. Just know he does not know how to not pee on himself, but that's your circus now. I do like the song and I have downloaded it, but I'm predicting that this would go in Cup of Milk category. I don't think this has the longevity that Dun Dun had. But I mean, of course, I love the styling. I think it's really catchy. I love the retro vibes. I love this 80s feel. And I do like the choreography. You could go check out my review after you're done watching this video. But I digress. Okay, now we're going to talk about Promise 9? Is it Promise 9? So again, this is not my cup of tea. It's not something I really vibed with. I thought the music video was kind of cute. You know, you have like a lot of elements going on at once, which kept me really interested throughout. It actually gives me BAP Feel So Good vibes. And I think it's like, honestly, the title, I mean, whatever, but the colors as well. Like, it's a very pink themed music video. But for the sound of the song, it just wasn't my cup of tea. However, on that note, my friend suggested this song Love Bomb by them, and I've been in love. I cannot stop listening to it. Let's talk about Lunar Solar's debut. I think I would have to listen. Here's the thing. I'm kind of a sucker for this type of instrumental. And at first when I heard the chorus, I'm like, this is, it deserved a much more majestic chorus. And I feel like the chorus was a lot cuter. However, it is super catchy. And I think, you know, the dance move during the chorus is so simple. It's like an amazing killing part. And it is really catchy. So you know what? I'm going to put this in second gen vibes category. Because why not? I think it's kind of a fun song, to be honest. I wasn't really feeling it at first, but I kind of am now. And it kind of tricks you into thinking that it is a sultry song, but then looking back, it does have those cute elements throughout the entirety of it. And honestly, I'm quite impressed, and I do think they have a lot of potential. And for whatever reason, I really love four-member girl groups. I don't know if it's because of 21, Blackpink, but Miss A, name four-member girl groups down in the comments below. But I don't know what it is about the number 4. I don't know, I vibe with it. Moving on to Taemin, who is another person that people are like, don't forget about him. Don't think we won't bring up the Taemin incident of 2010 if you don't. But alas, I'm gonna have to put this song. This is just murder me now. There's no point in living past this video. I'm gonna have to put him in YG's Dungeon. I'm so sorry. Maybe second gen vibes. It's like in between. This is going in YG's Dungeon, not because I think it needs to be altered, but because I admittedly didn't give it the attention it deserves. I think it's a really cool sounding song. I think the song is really sultry and it's just a vibe. I mean, you definitely have to be in a certain mood to listen to it, in my opinion. Like, I mean, it's just not something that I would necessarily reach for on an everyday basis, but in a certain context, like, again, it's just a mood. It's honestly quite catchy and I do like it. But yeah, it gives me really old school vibes, second gen vibes, but I really did not pay attention to this song. It deserved more attention, so it's going in YG's Dungeon. I was not expecting to like this song. This is Bird by Namjoo. She's from A-Pink, I believe. And I'm not like the biggest fan of solo work. You will notice I tend to prefer groups. It's just a preference. I don't know how to explain it. I've never really been super into solo activities unless it's from my alt, right? But on a general basis, I don't hardcore follow many solo artists, if any at all. I just find being alone so lonely. Like, do you guys remember Ballmon Queendom? She felt, it didn't feel like a fun time. But right off the bat, like, I had very low expectations. Not because of her, just because of me and my, solo antics. But then the song started playing and I saw the music video, obviously, and just everything paired together was so intriguing. The instrumental just caught my attention so much. And also the choreography at the beginning, where it's like interactive again, as I've expressed, I like that. And like her arm gets pulled and I thought that was so cool. But then she starts singing about birds. Birdie, birdie, yeah. This goes in not my cup of tea category because we don't stan birds. We hate birds. But also, potentially song of the year category. I don't know. Cue the rumors of me secretly being a parrot in a meat suit using Kpop to spread bird propaganda. Download this song immediately. I'm not gonna lie. It spoke to my heart. Not my heart. It's like catchy, but like not in a way that speaks to me on a personal level. Birdie, birdie, yeah. I'm a bird. Free like a bird. Like, okay. It just speaks to me on such a personal level that I had to download it. As of now, and we'll find out at the end of the year what the final ranking will be. As of now, I'm going to put it in Cup of Milk because I don't know how long this is going to last. Like, I don't know if I'm just biased as hell. It's just kind of my anthem, and that beat drop. Birdie, birdie, yeah. I don't know. And there's like bird sounds in the like bird sounds, not parrot sounds. Parrots sound like really terrible. I don't know this from personal experience, but I'm just letting, I heard, someone told me, I heard through the grapevine. We are going to end this video with Checkmate's Drum. So Checkmate is a co-ed group that recently came out. This goes, it's either Cup of Milk or Song of the Year. I don't know yet because both of these songs are songs that I only listened to really, really recently. So they haven't had time to simmer yet. We're going to put it in Cup of Milk category just for that reason because I don't know about the longevity. But here's the thing. I don't know if it's going to have the longest shelf life because I think it's super catchy. I think that I would love to listen to it every day for sure. But I also recognize that it sounds a little bit unfinished. Like there's a little something that is missing from the song. But in terms of a debut, I think it's really good. Super, super catchy. It kind of reminds me of Soyu's Gotta Go, but with less sultry elements. And I think it could have been a really cool summer song. I wish they would have released it a little bit earlier, because now it's getting kind of cold, and I just feel like it's like the perfect summer song almost. But yeah, this goes into Cup of Milk category. So that is basically it for this ranking of K-pop comebacks and debuts in September. As a tradition, I show you guys my playlist for the month, all the songs that I have been listening to, whether they were released in September or not. The first song is Love Bomb by Promise 9. It's a new favorite song of mine, actually, that I discovered today and that I mentioned earlier. Honestly, huge second gen vibes, and there's just a very magical, nostalgic feeling that this song evokes. And if you haven't heard it yet, I definitely recommend you give it a listen. Then we have this Quechua song. Now, I think you guys should go listen to this song. It has like a title in Quechua, but it's like the Spanish title is basically like looking at the same moon. Anyways, I think it's really a dreamy song. I think it's a really beautiful song, and Quechua is an indigenous language in South America, and I think it's just so beautiful. I think you guys should go check it out. Then of course we have Lottie Dottie. I mean, of course, Lottie Dottie. Then this song, Hypnotize, is such an amazing song. I feel like Lottie Dottie and La-di-da. I feel like la-di-da. Here I am trying to bring cross-gene into everything. Do you know how angry I am there's not a Korean version of La-di-da-di on Spotify? Just know I'm not happy about it. But anyways, I feel like Hypnotize and La-di-da go hand in hand so well. I feel like they have such a similar vibe. And then another one of my favorite songs is Runaway by TXT. This, honestly, if I could go back and review songs last year, this would be Song of the Year category 100%. Anyways, such a beautiful song. I love this song so much. My favorite TXT song. Then we have this IZ*ONE song, Ay 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 Ay. This song goes really well with the next song as well, by Ozuna. This song is so beautiful. It kind of randomly popped up in my Spotify, and I was like, that sounds like Sia and Doja Cat. And I'm like, but I don't think they speak Spanish. Like, I was just really confused. And then it's like Sia and Doja Cat. Anyways. Then, of course, we have How You Like That, which we're going to scroll down on because I think it's going to give me a copyright claim. How You Like That, Song of the Year. I feel like the longevity on this song is amazing. It even plays at the gym along with Dynamite. Then, of course, we have Get It by Pristine V. I don't know. I don't know the group that well. I think this is a subunit, right? I still don't know like the original group that well, but this is honestly maybe up there with some of my favorite K-pop songs of all time, especially in like the newer generations. There's just something about this song. And then we have Inception, which I've talked about plenty already. So that is it for my playlist. I just wanted to thank you guys so much for supporting this series, supporting these videos. It means the world to me. Like, I literally, as I upload this video, I find myself so excited to film the next one, and I find myself like just keeping up with all of the K-pop comebacks and debuts because I'm like excited because you're excited, and I'm just excited because it's exciting. Anyways, like, it gives me something to look forward to, and like I just appreciate your love so much. It means a lot to me. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. You can also follow me on Instagram, and I have a second channel. We are 54 minutes into this video. I wonder how long it actually is. I'm gonna bet 27 minutes. Let's see. If it's not 27 minutes, I'm selling Kevin. I just pawn him off for whatever. I have issues. These are the lovely individuals who support my channel and make up my channel members. Thank you so much. And if you'd like to be part of my memberships, get a cool Kevin emoji next to your name, potentially see things before they come out depending on which level you're on, you can click the join button next to the subscribe button and become a member. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Oh, my karaoke microphone. Oh my god, imagine if I forgot that. Hello. Honestly, the first video like this that I uploaded, I was like, I'm never doing this again. It was so much work, and I don't think anyone really likes it. But then like a lot of you guys ended up really loving it, and I was like, okay, this is kind of fun as hell. So I ended up doing it, but it's just so funny how close I was to just kind of giving up the idea. But now I also look forward to doing this every single month because you guys love it so much, and I love to make it as well to share my thoughts. I also love making the thumbnails. I think it's just so fun to find colors that kind of match together and find specific stages from. Anyways.